It's Rebecca, and I'm here with an EFT exercise that is actually for a rare condition called hyperhidrosis. See that? Which is a condition of excessive sweating. Now, sometimes you have it, usually you have it several places your palms, your underarms, your hands, and it can be very frustrating. And there's really not anything medically that can be done. I had an EFT client who had this condition, and she's the most precious little darling. She was a new nurse. And what would happen is that being a new nurse, she would feel nervous, and that would make the condition worse. She hired me to see if I could help with that, which of course I can. And I had never treated that condition before, but we found a safety statement. I'm going to guide you through the process that I used with her. You can tap along with me, and please recommend this video to anyone that you know who has this condition, because even though sometimes under stress, the sweating comes back a little bit, never the same. She has a safety statement, which I'm going to give you. But first, what I want you to do is tune in to the emotions you feel about the terrible sweating condition that you have. Give them a rating on a scale of 1 to 10. Maybe you have fears about what will happen. Now, with her, she couldn't get her gloves on. She's a nurse, an RN. She has to get her gloves on, and then she would get more nervous, and then they would fly off. And so we address what's the worst thing that can happen. I find that so helpful in tapping or EFT. Look at what's the worst thing that can happen. So we're just going to make something up, and then I will give you the magic statement, I promise. I'm assuming you know EFT. If not, there's a whole bunch of tutorials. However, just do what I do. Touch where I touch. They're acupressure meridians. Everybody has them. They're the same on both sides of the body. We start out with helping with self-sabotage, and it goes like this. Even though I have this terrible sweating condition, I love and accept myself. Even though I have this hyperhidrosis, I love and accept myself. I have this hyperhidrosis. I sweat like a pig sometimes. I love and accept myself. I have this condition. I sweat. See, they're both the same. You can do one or two. I sweat so much. It's so embarrassing. It's out of control. I can't help myself, even if I'm not nervous. I sweat. I sweat. I wish it would stop. It's driving me crazy. Take a deep breath in and out. Now think about the emotions you feel because of this sweating. In my client's case, it was fear that she's not going to be able to do her job right. So I don't know what your thought is, but surely it's interfering in your life, especially when you do it under the arms and you have those big old wet spots, no matter what you do. Ain't no deodorant in the world going to help that. So here we go. Even though this sweating is ruining my life, I love and accept myself. Even though this sweating is driving me crazy, I love and accept myself. Even though this sweating is driving me crazy, I feel so embarrassed. I can't help it. I love and accept myself. I have excessive sweating. Nothing I do helps. The medical community can't help me unless they just came up with something new since I had my client, who's in the medical field, by the way. I don't know what to do. I feel desperate. I feel embarrassed. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So we're going to address the sweat glands. Don't forget, I'm going to give you the magic phrase, but I want you to have a whole body healing. We're going to actually talk to the sweat glands. So I'm going to ask them to calm down. Yes, I have excessive sweating. I ask and allow my sweat glands to calm down. I ask and allow my sweat glands to calm down. Sweat glands, calm down. Beginning of the eyebrow. Sweat glands, calm down. Sweat glands, calm down. Releasing the fear of excessive sweating down. Now, I'm going to give you the phrase that helped her tremendously. She was in a car accident and it re-triggered her nervousness and she started sweating, never as much as in the beginning. Here's what I asked her. Do you sweat 24 hours a day like this? And she said, why not? At night when I'm in bed, I don't sweat at all. Now, for some of you, it could be the opposite. You could sweat all night in bed. So what I asked her to do is we tapped it in, and then whenever she's on the job or anything and the sweating starts, she's just going to tap. And you can tap in your imagination if you're in a public place and you don't want to be tapping on yourself. So I had her tap in the magic phrase, like when I'm sleeping. Body behave as if I'm sleeping. So you think of a time when you don't sweat. And here we go. By the way, I want your comments below, okay? I want to hear from you. Even though I have this excessive sweating condition, hyperhidrosis, I choose to remember how it feels when I'm not sweating. Body, remember how it feels when I'm not sweating. I ask my body to feel like it feels when I'm not sweating. I'm not sweating. I love those times when I'm not sweating. I love those times when I'm not sweating. Whatever it is, I'm not sweating 24/7. I'm not sweating 24/7. Not sweating 24/7. Body, remember and return to the balance. How it feels when I'm not sweating. How it feels when I'm not sweating. Now take a deep breath in and out. Tune into your nervousness. You may have noticed that just doing this with me, your sweating has slowed down if indeed you were sweating. So whatever relaxation time it is for you that you don't sweat, put that in the magic phrase. Now, in the comments below, would you please share when your magic moment is that you don't sweat? Because I love to read it. And guess what? Others love to read it too. As a matter of fact, here's a whole community of people with this condition probably feeling all alone. I'm Rebecca. I'm wishing you love. And while you're here, will you please subscribe to my channel? And there's a little bell. Hit the little bell, and it will notify you of every single time I make a new video.